everybody, and welcome back to American Girl Afternoon. Today we are going to be making books for our dolls. So if you like to read the American Girl books, I'm sure your dolls like to read as well. So this is what we're going to be doing today. To make these, you need white, computer paper, cardstock, the book cover printables, which are available on the Children's Department website or will come in your make and take kit, and Mod Podge or liquid glue and a brush. So I used a foam brush for mine. So the first thing that you do is you take the white paper and you fold it in half, and you'll see this in the time lapse video. So you fold it in half and then you cut it and you fold it in half again and you cut it until you have quite a few rectangles of the size that you want your pages to be. So you can have a lot of them, you can have a little of them, it's totally up to you. I think I used maybe, 8 or 10. And you fold them, and then the last one that you do, you don't cut it. You just fold it over so that they all are they look like a book. So after that, then you cut a piece of cardstock that is slightly bigger than your pages. Oh, and if you want your pages all to be the same size, you can trim them first as well. Then you cut the cardstock so that it's a little bit bigger than your pages. And once you have that done, then you put Mod Podge all over the white paper so you get them to stick together. And then you're supposed to let it dry. I didn't because I was impatient. You let it dry, and then you can put another coat on. The more coats you put on, the harder it will get and the more it will stick together. After you do that and you're satisfied with that, you put the white paper inside the cardstock and fold it like a book, and you Mod Podge it again. So you do the front, the back, you make sure you do the edges and the sides so that it sticks together. Let it dry. If you want it to be stiffer, again, you do it again. And then you pick which American Girl book cover you want to use from the printable, and you cut it out, and then you Mod Podge that to the front as well, using a couple coats. So if you use the Mod Podge, it dries clear. So this was completely white when I put it on. And now, even though it's not really in focus, maybe we can refocus on that. I guess not. So you can see everything again. It's not white. So that's an advantage using Mod Podge. When I had to use it for a project before, I couldn't get the lid off of it. So I think it was for the plates. I ended up using liquid glue instead, and you can if you want to, but it's not going to get quite this thick, and it's going to be much, 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 much stickier. And you're going to have to wait longer for it to dry, and you're going to have to find somewhere where you can put it that it's really not going to stick to anything else. So I recommend using the Mod Podge and not liquid glue, but if you can't, you don't necessarily have to Mod Podge this shut. You could make the papers for the inside, make the outside cover, and you could staple this shut and glue the cover onto the front. So if you decide that you want your book to open, and maybe you want to write inside of it, or you want to draw inside of it, or you just don't want it to be closed shut, I would just recommend maybe putting 2 or 3 staples on the fold, and you can staple it shut and then just glue or tape the cover onto the front, and then your book will open. So those are 2 different ways that you can make the books. You also don't have to make them American Girl books. That's the printable that I have on the Children's Department site, and that is the printable that comes with the make and take kit. But if you want to make them a math book, or you want to make them one that's your favorite book, or you want to make them a sketchbook, or you want to make them any kind of book at all that you want to make, you can print out or draw or color any kind of book cover. So all you would need to do for that, and how I got these, I went on Amazon and I searched for each of the first books in all the Historical Dolls series, and I saved the picture to my computer, and then I put the picture in a Google Doc and I sized it to the size that I wanted, and then I printed it out. So if you decide that you don't want to use the American Girl covers and you want them to be something else, it's as simple as going online, finding the picture, and making it the size that you want. It's very easy. So you have options if this isn't how you want to make your books. So hopefully you will be making a lot of reading material for your dolls. Can't wait to see how they turn out. Have a great day.